Okay, this is probably my favorite part of all of trig, is verifying that one side of an equation equals the other side. So when you're verifying identities, you leave one of the sides alone completely. You don't touch it. All you're proving is that this side does in fact equal that side. So you have to do a bunch of stuff over here, and here's my recommendation. So when you're doing this, just keep putting the equal sign. And then at the very end, the left side should end up equaling the right side. So just don't worry about putting anything here until the left side does equal the right side. So here's my tip. Write these as a fraction times a fraction. So if I were to rewrite this, I could rewrite this as 1 over cosine squared times cotangent squared over 1. Well, let's see what that does for us. Well, cotangent is cosine squared x over sine squared x. So I'm going to leave the 1 over cosine. I almost changed it to secant. Look at those cancel. And now we have 1 over sine squared x. That's what it's supposed to equal. So I just went too far. I could have put that right there. So 1 over sine squared x is equal to 1 over sine squared x. Yes. All right. I'm going to clear that one out. Okay, this one looks like it could be complex, but I think this one's going to be simple. Tangent squared is the same. By the way, the biggest tip is to always get things in terms of sine and cosine. And once you get everything in terms of sine and cosine, it's usually pretty easy. So tangent squared is sine squared x over cosine squared x. They're using x's and not thetas. Well, secant squared is the same as 1 over the reciprocal identity. Remember, we don't have to do anything over here. Well, these now share the same denominator. So cosine squared x, and in the numerator we have sine squared x plus, that's what the other side equals. So that was just kind of almost a one step. Those two equal each other. So they get more difficult than this, but this is just kind of an introduction. That's all there is to this stuff. You never change one of the sides. You leave that side by itself, and you keep manipulating correctly one of the sides until both sides say the exact same thing. All right, that's it for just kind of an introduction to verifying identities.